You're listening to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast with Wendy Johnson, episode number 56.
Welcome to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast, where women come to be inspired and motivated to become the best version of themselves and elevate the quality of their everyday. Now, here's your host, certified life coach, Wendy Johnson.
Hello, beautiful friends. How are you doing today? I am doing great, and I'm excited to be with you, as well as excited to be back in my office after being away for a week and a half. Today, I'm continuing the series on how to lighten up. And in this episode, I have 15 plus ways to lighten up and enjoy life more. When you practice these tools, you will feel lighter in your relationships, your everyday, and your goals. If you tend to take life too seriously, then this episode is for you. You don't have to do all of these ways I'm teaching you today, but focus on the one that resonates with you, allowing yourself to lighten up and be less serious. Use this as a resource or a tool belt when you need it. The first one is to play more games. Turn off the TV and connect with others playing your favorite games. Play games with your friends, your family, or your neighbors. The second way is to constrain negative input. Stop watching negative news. Stop listening to the news on TV and podcasts with journalists or talk shows that focus on the negative aspects of life. Anything that is designed to trigger and activate the dangerous part of your brain. Stay informed by reading articles as close to the source as possible. Give yourself a time limit on how many minutes a day you take in the news. I recommend 10 minutes to 30 minutes. The third way is to use safety mantras. Practice mantras to feel calm. Tell yourself that you are safe. You want to be the Buddha in the city. You want to be able to find the calm in the chaos. A few mantras would be, I am safe. My capacity to lighten up is expanding. It's safe to feel good. And the fourth way is to identify mantras. You do this by writing who you want to be. You create I am statements of who you want to be. I am serious, but I don't take things too seriously. I am light. I am fun. I am playful. I am calm. I am peaceful. I am magnetic. I am joyful. I am open. I am vulnerable. I am energized. Use an I am statement that will lighten your mood. And the fifth way is glimmers. A glimmer is a micro moment of joy and happiness. And the opposite is a trigger. Override the brain's negativity bias and train it to look for glimmers. The more you notice glimmers, the more they compound, and you can notice more of them. The sixth way is to smile more. Smiling changes your physiology. Smiling releases endorphins and serotonin to feel good. You uplift your mood and your body when you smile. And the seventh way is to change your physiology. And you do this with movement. Move your body to feel better. Go for a walk, exercise, get outside, sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, lift your head, and wear clothing that feels good. Also, you could get a massage, take a hot bath, or take a cold plunge. I love my cold plunges. The state you're in impacts the meaning you give to something. Always checking your state and not letting yourself sit too long. Incorporate movement into your everyday. The 8th way is to laugh more. Set a goal that you laugh once a day. Watch a stand-up comedy, skit, a funny video, or do something else that makes you laugh instantly. It's helpful to call friends or family members who love to laugh with you. The 9th way is to create margin. Margin equals space. Add in white space for rest and connection. Have a visit with a neighbor. Take a nap. Add this into your daily experience to go about the day lightly rather than go, go, go. You want to create space for self-care, for sleeping, and for eating. If you're too busy to take care of yourself, this will wreak havoc on your body and your mood. Number 10, find the pause before you react. Circumstances happen. Between every circumstance and reaction, there's a pause. You have a thought, a feeling, a reaction. Start making the space bigger so you don't react. What you're doing is you're thoughtfully responding when you become upset about your circumstance. And one way to do this when you pause is to take a breath. This gives you time to find the pause and decide how you're going to respond. The 11th way is decide to not care. Find the insignificant things. When you lighten up, your circumstances are the same, but you're different. So you must decide to not care and be light in your everyday life. An example would be when you walk in your home and there's a mess. Your husband didn't do the dishes or pick up the shoes and clothing on the floor. Your kids are messy and they keep messy rooms. For things that you know are going to happen, you've already pre-decided you're not going to react. You're gonna respond with care and respect. The 12th way is music. The limbic system lights up when you hear music. Upbeat music causes the body to produce dopamine and serotonin, which creates feelings of joy. Calm music relaxes the mind and body. The 13th way is to balance work, rest, and play. Work is producing and being creative. Rest is relaxing, and play is having fun. Ask yourself what the balance is in your life in these 3 areas. What are you doing to rest? Are you taking breaks? Are you taking a daily 20-minute cat nap? What are you doing to play? Are you playing pickleball, going to an exercise class, riding a bike, doing crafts, painting, or drawing? And what are you doing to work? Are you using your creative energy? Are you contributing to the world with your gift? The 14th way is to get outside and be in nature. Nature is very healing. Getting fresh air, a change of scenery, and getting around new people can help you lighten up. You're not looking down on your screen on your phone, but you're listening, you're looking, you're observing. The 15th way is to drop your rule book. There are lots of reasons why others are hard to love. None of them are good. Being strict, stubborn, and rigid doesn't help anybody. Do you have a rule book? Drop it. Drop your rule book for other people, and your life will get a whole lot easier, and people will enjoy your company more. What you want to do is love harder. Forgive yourself and others. Don't hold grudges. Be willing to bend the rules. You're bending rules, you're not breaking them. Examples would be, what do you want to think, feel, and do in these situations? Your sister is condescending. Your husband doesn't help enough. Your kids argue constantly. I've given you 15 ways to lighten up, and I'm going to give you a few more that I've added. Imagine the positive. Look at the situation that is bothering you from a different perspective. For as much time as your brain spends with the worst case scenario, imagine the best case and give that story equal airtime. And another bonus way is to decide to not worry. Release worries about things you can't control. Focus on what you can change and not what you can't. You can just decide to not worry because worrying isn't useful. It will be the default when it's done often. You can still care and not worry. And the last bonus way is to pet your furry friend. If you have a furry friend in your home, take breaks and pet your friend. They are very loving and calming to the nervous system. Now ask yourself, how can I lighten up? How can I lighten up my relationships? How can I lighten up my everyday life? How can I lighten up my goals? Access your own wisdom to answer these questions. Remember, your circumstances always stay the same. The only thing that's changing is how you're responding and what you're doing. This will create better feelings. You'll have less anxiety, stress, overwhelm in your life, and you will be replacing it with joy, laughter, happiness, and positivity. How do you know if this is working when you practice these ways and incorporate them into your everyday? You will feel softer inside. You'll feel creative. You'll feel connected. Your relationships feel more loving. And everything gets easier, my friend. It takes practice. These tools aren't difficult. Don't mistake the simplicity of these tools for effort. Just because they're simple and doable doesn't mean they just happen to you. You need to do them. Practice repetition, just like working out at the gym. I hope you enjoyed this series and you will take life less seriously and add a little lightness into your day. I hope you have a fabulous week and I will be with you next week. Take care, friends. Bye-bye. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, you have to come check out More You, my community of like-minded women. We show up to create the highest version of ourselves and elevate the quality of our everyday along the way. Head over to ontracklifecoaching.com/join. That's ontraclifecoaching.com/join. I'd love to see you in there. And if you haven't grabbed your copy of the Mindset Makeover, head over to ontracklifecoaching.com/makeover and get a copy that teaches and inspires you to show up as your most extraordinary self.